Learn the secret of the rich. Stop paying taxes legally with the Spendthrift Trust. It's legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. So few people have ever heard that. I want to teach this to as many people as I can do. Hi, my name is Sally Gimmon, and I'm known as the Tax Saving Champion. On April 4th of 2020, my CPA called to congratulate me. I had done so much real estate in 2019, my tax bracket went from 22% to 24%, and all of a sudden I owed $94,000 in taxes. It's the middle of COVID. Everything I was doing was shut down. We were doing bank-owned properties. His solution was to set up an appointment with him, get on a payment plan, pay interest and penalties. My solution? Research how the rich save taxes. It took me 5 months, but in September of 2020, I started both my business and Beneficial Spendthrift Trust with the law firm I now represent that was started 78 years ago by a Harvard law professor. In 78 years and 800,000 clients later, not a single trust has ever been audited. Now his grandson and great-grandson run the law firm, and when you become a private client, when you start the trust, they will give you a certification saying if you get questioned by the IRS, they will defend you free of charge. In 78 years, it's happened one time only. One time only. You have nothing to lose but to watch this video and set up a free 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me to see how much you could be saving in taxes. Now, Paul Benson, the Harvard law professor, wrote 5 separate trusts to save very specific taxes. The Beneficial Trust is for all U.S. investors. You'll stop paying taxes on profits. The 5 taxes you'll stop paying are capital gains, when you sell something at a profit. Short term are a year or less, and are just like federal income taxes, between 10% to 37%, depending on your tax bracket. They affect you if you are the wholesale, fix and flip, do auction houses, tax liens, you're selling crypto, you're doing options trading, or you're a forex investor. My first property in the Beneficial Spendthrift Trust was an auction house. I paid $20,000 for it. When it finally went to auction 13 months later because of COVID, it went for $64,798. At 24% tax bracket, I got to save $10,363 I'll never have to pay back, and I put it into more real estate. It's an amazing document. Long-term capital gains are a year or more and are either 15 or 20% and affect you if you sell your business, sell an investment property, or a baseball card. The second tax you'll save is interest income taxes. Again, taxed just like federal income taxes, and many states have state income taxes too on your income. It's between 10% to 37% and affect you if you're a passive investor, you're in mutual funds, you're in a REIT, you're doing subject to real estate, you're doing the BRRRR strategy. I have notes where I'm the paper in the house. People pay me their mortgage. I don't get phone calls at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's the way I like to do it. Creative financing, seller financing, or forex investors. Forex investors, you get double tax. You need the Beneficial Spendthrift Trust. Third tax you'll save, dividend income taxes. If you're in the stock market, you're a day trader, you're a futures trader, you're a commodities trader, or you're living on dividends. Again, tax between 10% to 37%, and it'll also be taxed as personal income on your state income taxes. Yikes. Fourth tax you'll save, rental income taxes. If you're a real estate investor, maybe you have Airbnbs, vacation rentals, 5, 10, 15, 20, 100 doors. Maybe you're in multifamily real estate, apartment real estate. You're doing commercial real estate, or you're doing Airbnb arbitrage. The fifth tax you'll save is going to be royalty income taxes. If you are an actor, an actress, a musician, an author, an artist, you have NFTs, you have patents, copyrights, or intellectual property. All these taxes are saved year after year, generation after generation. You're going to leave a legacy for future generations. This is on the federal level, not on the state level, so we highly, highly suggest you shut down all LLCs, S Corps, and C Corps, because that's on the state level, and 40% of those get sued every year. That's playing Russian roulette. Talking about lawsuits, I can't stop you from being sued, but all lawsuits become frivolous and go away. And the fourth way you save, if you're 65 or older and you're on Medicare, it'll stop you paying the IRMA surcharge on Parts B and D of Medicare. One of my clients, a husband and wife, he's 70, she's 68. I got to save them $72,000 in dividend income taxes, and he was unaware that each one of them were paying over $800 per month. I could get them down to $185 per month, and so they got to save an extra $1,200 a month because they started the Spendthrift Trust. Now let's switch gears. The Business Trust is for anyone making 1099 income. U.S. business owners, U.S. franchisee owners, U.S. entrepreneurs, U.S. professionals, or if you're self-employed. My topic right now is I have a contractor in Illinois. He's making $290,000. I'm just reading my notes, so I have to apologize. He's going to be saving $44,492 for the full year of 2026. I'm sorry, I don't have that broken down per month, but it's an amazing amount of savings. If with this money, you can put it back into your business, you could pay off your mortgage, you could take your family on a well-deserved vacation, you could buy a new vehicle, you can set up college funds for your children, you can give to your favorite charity, or save for retirement. If you want to find out how you too could be saving taxes, please set up a free 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me at www.thetrustisyou.com/scheduling. My links are in my profile. Learn the secret, stop paying taxes. Have a beautiful day. Learn the secret, stop paying taxes. Have a beautiful day.